Okay, dear Class FM viewers, dear Class FM listeners, I'm here with the true legend, the man himself, Mr. Sanchez. I'm pleased to meet you. Hi, evening.
It's a pleasure.
I have to say, I'm really happy to meet you again, because you probably don't remember, but I met you first in 2003 when you were playing at Club Home. It doesn't exist anymore.
I remember, yeah, but I remember that party and I remember that night. That's right. Good to see you.
That was huge. Yeah, that was huge. And after that, you were here at Balaton Sound. Now you're going to play 2 nights in a row in 2 clubs. So we can say that you played every kind of clubs here in Hungary. But what's your favorite combo? Inside, outside, big venue, small club, festival. Which is your favorite?
I think for a party, a smaller, more intimate environment is always more fun. But I think the bigger festivals or the bigger parties are great when you have a lot of people in front of you because you reach a wider audience. But I'm always going to say the more intimate a venue, the more fun that party's going to be, the sexier that party's going to be, especially if it's an older crowd.
I know it's not correct to ask like that, but can you say from the last 20 years, a party where everything was perfect, the crowd, the vibe, the club, the equipment, everything was just awesome.
You know, there's been a few places that's happened. I mean, there's been clubs like Stereo in Montreal. Ministry of Sound in London has a great sound system and great crowds. There's been quite a few of them. There's more clubs than I can remember. Cabo Paradiso in Mykonos, amazing crowd, amazing venue, great sound. There's definitely been quite a few places where that really special combination of the right people in the right place and the right atmosphere really works.
You're in the business from the early 90s, yeah?
Yes.
As a DJ, as a producer, as a remixer, as a label owner. So you have quite a few and quite a good points of view on the EDM. What do you think that big bang, that huge blast that went through EDM 5 or 6 years ago, was it a good thing for EDM or it didn't came out really well at the end?
Well, see, for me, it's like the very first thing is when people started calling dance music EDM, I was like, okay, now you've got to. People like to put labels on things. What I think was good about the explosion of it is that it really brought the attention of this genre of music to the rest of the world. You know, it's definitely become very commercialized and oversaturated at this stage now, but I also think that's kind of necessary. There's a big underground movement that's kind of come back. Really underground house music and techno and tech house is really developed, and that's where my heart and where my scene is at. And I think that it's good because you have a big commercial scene that puts focus on it, and the new generation gets interested in more than just the common denominator. So I think it's a good thing, but I also think it's something that is going to reach a saturation point if it hasn't reached it already. And then the underground is going to come back in.
So they're just not focusing on the pop side of EDM?
Yeah. For me personally, I think that the pop side is good for what it is, but I think the danger of it is too many people have done the exact same thing. And I think once they started copying each other and doing the same thing, that it just makes the life shorter. But I think that's also allowed a lot of other people to become creative and do more things, and that's where I'm at.
Okay. What I wanted to ask about it. Okay, one more thing about this positive and negative things about internet, social media, stuff like that. Everybody says that it has positive sides and it has negative sides. What do you think? It's more positive or more negative?
I think it's equally both. I think, like anything, the positive is you reach so many people very instantaneously. There's a more broader awareness of something that's going on in one part of the world, and instantly it can be transmitted to another part of the world. So it's actually brought the world closer together. And by the same token, it's also meant that things don't grow as organically as they used to over a longer period of time. And everybody knows everybody's business really, really fast. That could be a problem for some people, you know, so it's good and bad.
Your new single came out a couple of days ago, My Roots. Did you change your workflow during the years? I mean, how you start to work on a track, or is the same for years?
It's always changed. Every time I do new music, I have a different set of elements that inspire me. My production technique has changed because I've had to do a lot of productions on airplanes, in hotel rooms, because I'm on the tour so much. But I also have a couple of studios that I work out of. and I'm collaborating a lot more now with different younger producers and different artists. So I think that I've allowed myself to try different and new things, and that's been very, very good.
Okay, what are the first reactions about your new single? Is it working good on the dance floor as you expected?
The thing is that I've gone back to what I know instinctively, and everyone all the feedback I've gotten, that wow, we're very happy. You know, the old Rogers back. We got that underground sound that people have been missing, and I've been getting very, very positive feedback from it. So I'm now in the process of finishing my new album, which is going to be called Roots. I'm going to release that towards the beginning of next year. That's really where my vibe is.
I saw your tour schedule. Your September is full, November is full, packed with gigs. I saw that October it's kind of a forced holiday when you're going to have only one or two.
I need to have a couple of days off. Plus, I got a family, so I got to see them. So I made sure I had at least a little bit of time for the family because, you know, you got to take time for yourself. It's very important.
Okay, Roger, I'm really pleased to meet you again. And have a great time here in Hungary tonight and tomorrow, and thanks for the interview.
Thank you. Looking forward to tonight. See you later on, Hungary.